Hi Scorpio, I hope you're okay. I'm Clarissa, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be doing a general reading for Scorpio. So let's see what's in store for Scorpio. And Scorpio, if you like the message in the reading, please like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, Scorpio, first card, Ace of Cups. There's a new emotional beginning that you're having. I think as you've come into such awareness about things, you've had to let some things go, but you're really just focusing on this, however it's feeling for you, and it feels good. It's like this new knowing. I think you're trying something. You're trying to, you're just having this positive attitude about emotion, about where you want to take things, exploring. Okay, let's get into it. Two of Wands, yeah. This is definitely talks about the action that you're putting in. You've got 1, 2. You're really beginning something. There's like this new way of feeling, this action that you're putting in. You're making sure you have these really decisive energies around you. Just really just seeing where things go. There is a sense of exploration, like emotional exploration here. Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a competitive energy. It's really having a wrestle of the mind, having to, and this is part of the exploration, part of knowing that. I feel like things are meeting you, but in a way that you're approaching situations differently. So moving into this competitive space, whether it's these new emotions that you're trying to feed into, they're creating almost like battles. You've got to now show who you are, show your exploration, this emotional intelligence that you've developed in this explorational space, but putting it into not just your thought process, but your actions and your thought process, the logic is going into everything here. It's really, really good. But in Scorpio, you do have this way where you have to meet all different, to be able to have full exploration of emotion. You have to meet all the emotions, not just the ones that are sitting on the rainbow, everything. So to be able to have that true emotional intelligence, know exactly what you've got to do strategically, emotionally, strategically, intuitively in each situation. You've got to be able to go through the situation. All right, let's get some clarification for the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, rather. Ace of Swords, yeah. Really, again, it's really, there is there we go. There is this exploration here. Again, this is not just emotional. You're having to be able to, you're having this knowing of connecting the heart space and the logic together. So maybe wanted to implement some ideas, maybe you feel a certain way about some new projects that you want to put forward. It's just a new way of thinking, but it's in a way that is attached to this heart space. So you could be wanting to journey into new ideas, new concepts because of the way certain things are making you feel at the moment. Let's get another clarifier. Two of Pentacles. Wow. Sorry, Two of Cups. Keep doing that. Sorry, Scorpio. Sorry. Two of Cups. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2. We've got 5 here. Okay, random. But 1, 2, 1, 2. This is really speaks about the beginning. Like 1 is creation. 2 is So going into the Two of Cups, really speaks of union. You could be feeling like you're soul tied to somebody or something. It really speaks of like a soulmate energy here that you're wanting to explore, and this is making you change certain things. certain perspective, so certain emotions, actions, the way you're thinking about certain things. But it also, because this, I feel like maybe sometimes you don't trust the emotion as it stands. So again, that creates manifestation of some emotional battles that you've got to then wrestle against. But I feel like you're okay to just let the emotions come and let them grow into something, because there's literally a journey happening here, a journey unfolding. So it's almost as though you've got to be along with the ride, but in a way that you're content with it. Okay, let's get another clarifier for the Two of Wands. You're not going to believe it. I'm not even joking. Two of Swords. What is going on? Ooh, okay. One, two. This definitely a pattern. I think we've got to introduce the fact that there is some speak of patterns here. There's a process that you're doing at the moment, something that you're putting your time, energy, thought into. There's a lot of mental stimulation here, a lot of emotional stimulation here. Your actions, your current actions are bringing about this. So with the Two of Swords, there's some decisions that you've got to make, there's compromises that you've always got to consider. And I think this is what it is, and I think this is the newness for you, is having to really create this consideration for the balance, because you're feeling a certain way, you want to keep that momentum going. So it's almost though you're balancing the way. If it goes up, okay, we're just going to keep that momentum going. If it goes down, okay, what do we need to do to bring it back to that level? So there's a consistency here. Okay, so let's get another clarifier. Justice. There's another balance card. It's a major arcana for Libra, but again, it does speak about balance. It speaks about compromise. It speaks about a situation that has been out of balance to come back into its own, into a knowing of truth. So whatever is not destined for the situation is just hanging on for whatever reason. It's got to be stripped away. It's got to get to a point of no longer being there, so you can move into this place of real true balance, real true justice. And yeah, I feel like there's some situations where you've had to be vocal with the Two of Swords. You've had to put your actions in. You wanted to see some justice in some situations. And so this is major arcana as well. So this is really changing some archetypal mindsets. Maybe it's changing your mindset, maybe the situation. So there can be this sense of balance and justice. And then justice also speaks of paperwork. Legal paperwork, or just having to get into the thick of paperwork. And sometimes to be able to get that justice that we want in, that balance that we want in, we've got to put the actions into something. You kind of like legitimize some things here. Okay, let's clarify the Five of Swords. Okay. Seven of Wands, yeah. This would make sense on top of the Five of Wands here. I give up. On top of the Five of Swords, Seven of Wands is because there's this clash. There's this interruption of the mind. There's this competitive energy. So you've got to feel like you've got to defend yourself in some ways, and this is part of the journey of compromising. When things come up, we've got to know how we're going to meet that situation. So maybe holding some things back, as a retainer, as a reserve, so for when things do come into play. Let's get another card here, Scorpio. The Knight of Cups, yeah. Yeah, so you could be dealing with a water sign, so Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, someone who maybe there's a defense that they may have, or defense that you may have. It's almost as though this part of the reading is a bit entangled. It's like there's this flourishing of energies coming out, really based on emotion, logic, and actions that you put in. It feels so balanced. But then it moves into this kind of legal side where there's got to be this, a will of defensiveness. There's a battle here with this type of emotion-based energy where they may not be able to completely be transparent or completely knowing about how they put things across. They've kept things to themselves, and they really don't know how to. It's like there's some misunderstanding. They don't know how to show their energy in the way that they want it, but it comes out as defensive. It comes out as like a battle all the time, and that's not where you're trying to have things. So I think that there is some kind of conflicting energies here. Maybe your focus is on the balanced energy, but there's also another part of the story that has to be wrestled with, as it were. It has to be finalized, something, especially with the Justice card here. It's almost like it leads, it's right bang in the middle. It's like there's two stories, and there's this weighing up. So there's one story that's where the seeds are being created, the seeds are flourishing, starting to grow, you're watering them, and they're growing really, really beautifully. And there's another side where there's got to be some balancing situation. There's something that's got to be defended, something that's got to be worked through. Okay, Scorpio, let's get some angel cards for you. So if you've got any questions, this is the point where you can create some answers. Scorpio, your readers are always interesting. Always. Okay, let's get 3 cards from you, Scorpio. Angelic protection. Yes, thank God, this is the best card we can hear right now, because whatever the situation is, the underlying situation, you have to know that you are covered, you're protected with it. You're not going to be given anything that you can't handle. Whatever the situation that we attract into our lives, is because it's almost like we've got to communicate all part of ourselves. So part of ourselves needs to be explored, and sometimes antagonizing situations are here to just do that. But then also staying in that protective energy, that energy that's building. And so you see your worth in that, in the way things feel there. So it's almost like it gives you strength to be able to handle anything that comes your way, because you're protected here. It's like you feel so good here. It makes you feel stronger. Let's get another card. Compassion. Yeah. Compassion's great for the Justice card here in the middle as well. Being able to understand why certain situations are projected onto you in a way that wants you to communicate with it. I want it to be like this, or I want it to be like this. But you can choose how to be in any situation. And I feel like you've got to meet situations with compassion. And this is your growth. This is the energies that are making you feel so high and in tune at the moment, is because they're bringing out that side of you. It's almost like they're changing some things about you, especially with the Justice. You're changing the balance within you, the archetype mindset. So you're showing more compassion. You can show more compassion. So let's get a card for this situation over here. Divine timing. Oh gosh, love it. Sun's killing me today. Here we go. Perfect. So sorry. Divine timing, Scorpio. Yeah, that's what it's all about. It means to stay in the way it feels, stay in that energy of growth, because we can't control when certain situations are going to come in our life. We can feel when they're coming. All we can do is prepare for them. And again, meeting situations with compassion. Because what can we do? What can we do? You can feel rest assured that your integrity is kept intact. All right, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here. If you like the rest of the reading, please like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, take care. Bye.